Today, an active NPM supply chain incident hitting Keyv, a Next.js middleware bypass that affected about 59,000 self-hosted servers, and a public baseline showing 76% of launched web apps ship without a content security policy. Raspberry Pi 5 local LLM stacks are practical for many agent tasks. 3 reports this week. First, Keyv was targeted in the Shai Hulud supply chain campaign. Malicious versions were published that can capture environment variables and secrets. Second, Next.js had a header trust bug, CVE 2025-29927, allowing middleware bypass. PCPcat affected about 59,000 self-hosted servers and reported 300 to 590,000 credential sets exposed. Third, a scan of 6,289 apps found 76% ship without a content security policy. Updates. Next.js has published patched releases across affected lines. Consult Next.js release notes. For Keyv, confirmations are being published. Verify affected versions against NPM security advisories and Keyv's repo. The web posture report is live and shows many teams fix header issues quickly. Technical mechanics. Supply chain attacks often begin with compromised maintainer credentials. Attackers publish versions that look normal but exfiltrate environment variables. The Next.js issue was a header trust bug. The runtime trusted X middleware subrequest without provenance checks, allowing middleware to be skipped. The web posture study measured public headers as a baseline. Developer actions, audit dependencies, and transitive imports. Pin and enforce lock files. Harden authorization with handler and data layer checks, in addition to middleware. Deploy a content security policy and common headers. If you used affected packages during the window, treat high-value secrets as potentially exposed, and validate against official advisories. Bigger picture. Supply chain risk increases as tiny packages are widely reused. Local AI. Raspberry Pi 5 with 8 GB is a pragmatic choice. Llama 323B runs well on 8 GB. Models are a few gigabytes. NVMe greatly reduces load times versus SD cards. Enterprises use model context protocols to expose typed governed interfaces for agents. Opportunities. Prototype a Pi 5 plus Llama local LLM to cut API fees for routine tasks. Layer authorization checks in middleware, handlers, and data access. Pin dependencies, add provenance checks, and consider behavioral scanning. Structure docs for model extractability with 1 question per page and a short direct answer. Limitations. Local 3B models are practical, but lower throughput and smaller context windows than cloud models. MCP adds governance and implementation overhead. Dependency scanners require integration effort. Middleware-only auth is a brittle pattern when runtime trust assumptions fail. Takeaway checklist. 1. Audit package lock JSON for Keyv and transitive imports. Pin or block affected versions after checking official advisories. 2. Update self-hosted Next.js to patched releases and add handler and data layer auth checks. 3. Deploy a content security policy and common headers. 4. Prototype Llama plus Raspberry Pi 5 for suitable agent tasks. All sources are in the description. Read the original posts for version numbers, commands, and implementation details.